my name is Jeffrey and welcome back for episode 36 of the Satisfactory series here on YouTube. In this video, it's time to overhaul our original steel layout. With more than double the old production rates, this factory will really help set us up for tier 7 and 8. We end off the day with a quick adventure for more hard drives and take a quick look at geothermal power. Thank you for all the support and help with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. It's time for a steel overhaul. We've been rocking with just kind of the basics from the, I guess it's been a while since I set up my first steel line, but I want to expand it to be able to handle all our crafting needs going forward. So we're going to be throwing it down today with a, what's it output? I think it's 60 pipes, 60 steel beams, 30 encased industrial beams, and 15 stators all together. And I should only need, with thanks to some alternate recipes, I should only need a 480 line. It's actually as close as I get. It's 475 line of coal and 475 line of iron ore. And then I think it's a 60 line of copper just for the stators. And then it's like 450 for the limestone. So let's head on over there. But actually, before we do, turns out that little setup I did last time where we were setting up things to do the phase 3 elevator parts, that's already done. So I am just going to go ahead and throw in those elevator parts. We're not going to worry about jumping into new, I mean, we'll take a look at what we unlocked real quick, but I'm not going to worry about moving into that phase for another, I don't know. I feel like we'll probably hop into aluminum here soon because I'd really like to at least have my hands on Mark V belts. And then we can kind of go forward. Honestly, the game is just getting started, so we're nowhere near the end, even though we'll be in the final elevator phase. All right, I'm over at the space elevator. I've gathered up everything we're gonna need. We have the 500, what are these called? Modular engines. We have the 100 adaptive control units. Obviously, I have quite a few extras of these actually, so we're just gonna hang on to them and probably use them in the future for something. Then in this storage container here is all the versatile frameworks we're going to need. Just kidding, you actually can't fit 2,500 versatile frameworks in a singular storage. I think this is actually 2,400. So I'm carrying a couple hundred extra from our little storage area. So we're going to go ahead and connect these up and start filling these in. Just like that, let them flow. And we'll watch those counters go up. And we'll figure out how much more versatile, we'll figure out, I think I did my math correctly. I think it's 2,400 versatile frameworks per storage container. So we'll throw in the couple extra that we'll need, and then I think, does it just launch by itself? No, I have to press the button, right? Yeah, I have to press the button. Here we go, everything's full. I didn't even realize this whole time my space elevator has been facing backwards. Or, well, either way, not the right way, that's for sure, because I didn't intend for the access port to be on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and send up this space elevator. It's all loaded up. We're gonna seal it. And for the second last time, there'll be one more time after this, we're gonna go ahead and send this space elevator up, unlocking tier 7 and 8 for my first time ever. I'm panicking. I'm overwhelmed. What do I do? My space elevator that I can't see because it's in the fog. And my lord, look at all those items we made. 4,000, 4,000, 1,000, and 1,000. Ooh-wee. All right, let's take a quick little look here, and then we're gonna head on over to our steel factory. All right, what do we got? We got tier 7. We got bauxite refinement, which is our aluminum. Okay. We can do that one easily. Computers, heavy modular frames, motors, and rubber. I have all those ready to go. Oh, we get the blender finally. Nice. Aluminum scrap. So these all clad aluminum sheets. These are for the Mark V conveyor belts, which is right here. That's what we want. That's what we want to focus in on real fast. Well, I mean, obviously we have to get bauxite refinement first, and then we can get logistics Mark V. We get a hazmat suit. So I can go around the radiation. Sulfuric acid drones. Nice. We're gonna get trains before we get drones, but Well, I already know how to make supercomputers and I'm already automating them, so. What is that? What is this? A radio control unit. Where do I get that from? Did I miss that? Oh, here it is. Okay. And then, oh, the hover pack. Nice. And then tier 8. This is probably where nuclear is going to be. So nuclear power, we got encased uranium cells. So what do we need for unlock? Oh, I can unlock this too. Supercomputers, heavy modular frames, cables, and concrete. I can unlock that soon. Oh, the well pressurizer. A resource well pressurizer. That's a good one too. That one looks to be maybe a little bit harder. Turbo motors. Oh, for miner Mark III. There it is. And then particle enrichment. It's the nitric acid. The nuclear I just say that, but like The Simpsons. If you ever hear me say nuclear, it's just because it's something I always say to my wife just as a joke. But nuclear pasta. We have on the assembly line, we need 1,000 of those. It's going to be crazy. I'm pretty sure you need the pressure, looks like anyway, you need the pressure conversion cube for the nuclear pasta. And copper powder. All sorts of crazy stuff. All right, well, that's way ahead. That's much further down the line than we're actually going to be. The next thing we're actually unlocking is trains. I'll just select this for now anyway, just so I know what I got to do. And then we are going to head on down to the steel production area. I'll go over quickly what you're going to need, because I'm going to have to grab the stuff as well. You will need 12 foundries, 18 smelters, 34 constructors, and 11 assemblers, as well as your other assorted logistics things for belts and all that stuff. This is using two alternate recipes. One is the what's it called? Whatever the one, I forget the names. Hang on. It's the encased industrial pipe, and then the solid steel ingot. So the solid steel ingot is where you use coal and iron ingots together to make your steel ingots, and then the encased industrial pipe is the one that uses pipes instead of beams for encased industrial beams. So let's head on down to the storage, or the steel area, which is right here, right down here. I think, no, that's the motor factory, right down here where these crates are. I didn't really even tell you guys what we're doing today. So yeah, we're overhauling the steel. Then we're going to go on a quick little adventure, grab some more hard drives. Then we're going to unlock geothermal power and the programmable splitters. And we'll probably unlock trains too. Just so we got some more stuff to play with going forward. And then after this, we can kind of mess around with bauxite, I think. Do some aluminum. Anyway, I'm going to tear down this entire thing. I'm going to leave the miners there, obviously. And then to get enough concrete over to this build, we're actually going to be, especially since we're making more concrete than this makes in this factory, I'm going to take these miners, I'm going to turn them around so that they send the limestone this way, because I'm going to need 450 limestone. And I definitely cannot get that from over here. The iron stays I fell off. The iron stays the same. It's these two miners back here on these normal nodes. We're just going to turn them up. And then we're going to turn this one up as well, because I can't remember what these are actually outputting at the moment. Let's go find out. Okay, so we're only putting out 285 right now. So these are going to get boosted up to 475. Sorry. I confused myself a little bit there. So yeah, 475 from there, and then 475 split between these two over here. We'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and just say goodbye to all this stuff. And then I'll probably have to extend, actually, yes, I'll definitely have to extend the platform out. I'm going to get rid of this road section right here. We're going to be adjusting this. So yeah, just going to tear all this down really quick, and then we will expand out the platform, and then we'll go from there. All right, sorry to skip ahead. It just took me a very, very long time. So I'll go over, I was also doing a little bit of game planning here. So I'll go over with you guys the overall plan. So we got 2 miners here. They're going to output 237.5 per minute. They need 2 power shards each from there. And they'll combine into one line of 475. And then we got the coal miner down there, overclocked to do 475. And that's going to come up along here. So we got our line 475 and 475. Now, the reason I've actually built up above like this is because I'm not actually going to be using this copper node, because this is a pure copper node and it would be a complete waste to only take 60 parts per minute from it. So what I'm actually going to do, and what I've already done, is I ran a Mark 1 conveyor belt line all the way down here, and it's actually coming off the miner that we're using for the motor factory, because we were able to add a 60 parts per minute and put it to an even 270 on this Mark 3 belt. So we got a nice clean line through there, and we're basically almost, I don't know, we're not maximizing this copper node, but we're making better use of it. And then I'm going to save this pure node to pump out just normal. I'll probably just send a bunch of copper out of here. I'll probably, like, once we get the Mark 5 belts and the Mark 3 miner, I'll probably build like a little copper dealio in here, or I'll just send out the pure copper ore, who knows. But either way, I wanted to make sure this didn't go to waste, since this is a pure node, and it'll be right here, and I have access for someone to come pick it up. So that means, and since I'm trying to keep everything on a singular floor for this one, I actually ended up building this giant platform up above, which I've marked out the measurements for it if you guys need it. It's 20 wide down the back side, 20 wide down this side. It is 24 across the front because there's a little bit extra over here, and then 16 down that side. I mean, like 4 there, and yeah, no, that some of these parts are pretty obvious, but those are the measurements. If you want to follow along with that platform, I may have to add a little tiny bit more on. I think this should be okay though. We got the 12 foundries, 18 smelters, 34 constructors, and 11 assemblers. That should all fit up here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add just a little. I'm going to add one more line of my 4x4s here. There we go. So this front part still remains 24. This side part now becomes 24, and this side part becomes 20. So that should be enough room, I think. So to start this build off, we need 16 smelters for these iron ingots before we can actually combine them with the coal to make the solid steel ingot. So let's go ahead and take care of those first. I wonder if I can maybe fit those along this line here, since we need 16. I mean, you could overclock stuff and save some space if we want to, but just rocking with the way things are for now. So we need 16 smelters here. Let me start with the first one. Let me try and get it down here. There we go. And I think that'll work, right? Yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there we go. We got these 16 smelters down for the iron, and then I got the 2 over here for the copper, and that seems to have filled up this back line really nicely. I'm going to start lining up the foundries in front of these smelters here, because we can actually combine all of these smelters into one singular conveyor belt, or what do you call it? Logistics line. Our manifold line. Oh, I had a brain fart there. Sorry. So yeah, we can have a manifold line of 475 coming out of here. So we can just combine all this together down here into one. So let's grab our foundries. This is all the foundries we're using. So we've got all 12 foundries here. Give myself a little bit of space. Let's go. Let's line that up there. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go 12. There you go. 12 foundries actually fit in there quite nice, because that gives me enough room to still move the copper around the outside of it. So we'll have all the iron coming out of here, feeding into there, and then we'll bring the coal up and feed that out into a manifold line as well. So from all the foundries here, we're going to end up splitting this into 2 different lines. One line is going to go to be making steel beams, which is 4 constructors, and that's going to need 240 per minute. So let's see. Oops. Install it. The solid steel ingot. There we go. So we get 60 per minute from each one. So if my maths correctly, that means 4 foundries need to feed 4 constructors. I wonder if I can actually just do that. Like, I wonder if I even need to do a manifold line. I wonder if I can just do like... The rest of these, however, are going to produce 475 or 470. What is this? 472.5. That's the only decimal point I think in this whole build. Yeah, 472.5 steel ingots, which are going to go into 16 constructors, all making steel pipe. So I should probably group these into 2 groups of 8, because 16 constructors would be, well, almost the entire length of this thing, and that's not going to work. So we're going to do 2 groups of 8, and I will put them, we'll go 2 out from the foundries. Let's line it up with one of the foundry outputs so we can make that like the merger line. So here, let me grab a splitter, make sure it's actually in line here first. Is this enough room? I'm not going to worry about which way it's facing, but... Did one there. And there. Actually needs to go over one. Like that? That's enough room. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna wait. The autosave is gonna happen. I'm gonna wait until daytime so you guys can follow along with this better. Yeah, we'll wait till daytime. Be right back. All right, the sun's coming up and I can give you an update. So we have I actually shifted over. We were coming out of this one originally. Now I'm coming out of this one right here, just because it gave me a nice split up the middle, this middle seam. And then I have my 16, 8 on each side. Make sure I actually did, because sometimes I've been overcounting lately. Yeah, we got 16 constructors here. These are all for steel pipes. And then we have these 10 constructors over here. These are actually for our concrete. So that's going to come from over here. Can't remember if I explained this or not. We're going to be turning off this concrete section, turning them around, sending them over here. And it's going to feed into these 10 constructors here, all set to 100%. And then let me go. I did have to do one downclocking. It was right here. The one on the end only does 52.5 per minute on the steel foundries. And then on the line of the smelters, it's only doing 25 per minute on the one end. And then everything else is set to 100%, just to make things nice and easy. So now I just need the 4 constructors doing my copper wire, and I'm just going to kind of sneak those up right in here. Keep them all close together, since they're just going to get fed from these 2 back here. Make sure this is in the right spot. Let's just go up 1. I don't know if I can nudge that far. Yeah, I can't nudge that far. Actually, no, we'll do it here, and then I'll just add in a little bit more. I only need 4, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, please. Thank you. Add in another line back here. Just another little section there, so we actually have room to put our belts and everything in. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm doing that, I'm just going to line them up with these. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, there's enough room for belts there still. So these will all be for copper wire. They'll be all set to 100%. So now we just have the assemblers. So we have 3 assemblers for stators, and stators need the copper wire and the steel pipes. So unfortunately, these are going to have to get have to cross over here somehow. I mean, these really, like, once these are all done, these can just be sent down into storage and into, I'm thinking I'll feed these into a truck line at some point. Maybe from like underneath this platform here. Maybe I'll set up a truck line underneath here that'll come and pick things up. For now, I'm just going to be having them in storage. But yeah, so all these steel beams is purely just for our crafting needs and our like research purposes and all that stuff. So these 4 need to be combined with some of these to make the 15 stators per minute. So we're going to line up from, let's say this one. I made myself plenty of space to work with because we have lots of room left over. And we got our 3 assemblers here doing stators. They're all at 100% because they make 5 per minute. Oops, not a rotor. Stator. There we go. Those are all set. And then the last ones are the 8 assemblers for the actual encased industrial pipes. Here we go. 8 assemblers for encased industrial pipe. Space them all out by like, what is it? Yeah, every other foundation I put them down, starting from 3 over from the concrete constructors. So these are all going to feed into a manifold line to feed these assemblers. And then they're also going to get hit with pipes. So it's going to be pipes and concrete going to here. Some pipes are just going to go down into storage. And then some pipes are going to go over here to the stators. These are all steel beams. And these are all just for storage. Copper wire, stators. And yeah, so the assemblers for the encased industrial pipe. I'm only outputting 30. And if I, oh, that's right over my head. If I was to run all of these, it would be 6 times 8. It would be 48. Which is not, or wait, sorry. Yeah. And I don't need 48. So instead, I'm going to downclock all of them to only do 3.75 per minute. And that'll be a nice perfect balance between everybody. That'll give me the exact number that I need. Do the quick test. 3.75 times 8 is 30. This build is actually coming together much faster than I thought it would. So we're actually now jumping into all our splitters, mergers, belt work, all that fun stuff. But this is a nice layout that we're rocking with. We got nice open space, plenty of room for activities. Hopefully this was nice and easy to follow along with if anyone else was trying to build along with me. Or if you're just trying to figure out how to do a nice big steel layout. This is nice and open, nice and simple. Alright, so let's start with our concrete line. And I'm going to send it in from right here. That's where it's going to come from down below. And then we're going to grab a whole bunch of splitters, sending it from the input coming from where that conveyor hole is. And then we'll just put in our splitters all along here. I think this is where in the future for like the big builds, once we're in like the thousands of items builds, I think that's when I'm definitely going to be using the blueprints. So you'll definitely probably see me starting to use more blueprints where everything's already connected with like its max level belts, just to make things a lot easier on me. Okay, now we're going to throw in some mergers. And the mergers I'm going to send all this way, except for this one. This is where I'm going to start the line of concrete that goes away. So we're going to go that one, the output facing down towards the assemblers. So these two are both going to go back to the right, and then everyone else is going to the left. That is not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Just a big old line of mergers. With some Mark 1 belts coming out, and then I'll do my... I might bother doing some calculations, otherwise it's going to be all Mark 4 conveyor belts. Oh, that is not in the right spot. Guess it wasn't the only one. I didn't turn it. Man, I'm all over the place today. There we go. So it's pretty easy. There are 15 per minute, so we'll start with a Mark 1 into 30, into 45, into 60, into 75, into 90. When we get to here, it's a total of 150 concrete per minute. So it is just a Mark III conveyor belt. So we got our concrete there, ready to go. Now I want to feed my iron and... Well, actually, so the copper is going to... Or, sorry, not the copper. The coal is going to come from here. And then, ideally, I'm just going to swing... From somewhere here, if any of them line up. I don't know if they do. Actually, this one might. Yeah, this one does. So at some point through here, I'm going to just combine them all and I'm going to feed it into here. So I think the coal line is actually going to be fed in with lifts. But I'll start with the splitters for the iron line, just so I don't want to get too ahead of myself and get myself all confused. Let's just get these in here. Make sure everything's lined up. Basically, when I see 2 green lines, that's where I want it to be. Mark 1 conveyor belts can feed your machines, but you need a Mark 4 conveyor belt going all the way down the line. Definitely getting a little faster at placing my belts, that's for sure. Only problem is sometimes they don't go where I'm actually trying to put them. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for like aluminum builds and other stuff like that going forward, feel free to throw some comments down below, or, you know, if you're not in the Discord yet, make sure you're hanging out in there and we can bounce some ideas off each other, and hopefully you can help me not make a whole bunch of colossal mistakes. Because I've never been in that final tier before. Let's bang out the copper here really quick. It's all just Mark 1 conveyor belts anyway. We're gonna go. Oh wait, I gotta put the splitters in first. Let's put a splitter in here. Output or input coming from the bottom. Then we'll turn these ones. Yeah, just a Mark 1 conveyor belt. So not any big numbers on our copper here. That's pretty much that taken care of. Aside from now, we'll just have to hook those up into their assemblers for the stators. Alright, what do you know? The one on the end here actually lines up with this. So let's go ahead and send everything down here. But this one, we're going to be sending... Make sure I'm sending in the right direction. Sending it towards this foundry here where it'll be a big splitter. But so for all these mergers, we're going to want to turn them to go that way. And then we're just going to go all the way down the line here and merge all of these all these smelters together. Alright, there we go. We got our merger line all set up. I'm ready to go. So now we're just going to put on our splitters all behind the foundries here. So we're going to go... This is going to be the bottom layer. So I want the input coming from behind. These ones I'm going to turn face like that. Then I'm going to turn these ones to come from the right. Oops. And this will be our line of 475 iron ingots. Mark 1 belts can feed the machines. And then just run a Mark 4 conveyor belt line between all the splitters. And we're going to figure out how we're going to bring the coal up here. Not sure if I don't have enough encased industrial beams. It's almost like I have a big storage of them downstairs. I'm just going to have to figure out where... or how the coal is going to come in here. Make sure I left enough room for things. I think I did. Looks like I did. All right, for the coal, we're going to do the 3-high splitter technique. So we're going to go grab our splitters, make sure they're facing the inputs coming from where that hole is. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do that for each of these. We're going to take out the bottom 2. And this is going to feed all the coal down the line. All right, there we go. We got belts connected all the way down for all the foundries here. Oh, right. I'm going to connect you to you. So that'll be all the iron ingots. And then for this one over here, we're going to bring the coal up right there. Just like that. And then we're going to have to put in just Mark 1 conveyor lifts between the machines and the splitters. There we go. It was a little tight, but we made it fit. No, there's no like extenders, but they're just clipped. They just click right into each other with none of the like end of this extension on it. So that is this fed. I mean, they're not actually connected yet. Fed and merged together. These are all fed, but not merged together yet. I mean, these are all doing what they got to do. This whole section is done with the steel beams. Copper is doing its thing. It just needs to be connected over to there. So let's go ahead and connect all of these foundries into a merger. This is a splitter, but there needs to be a merger. So we'll put a merger in here. But that's still a splitter. There we go. Just put a merger in there. And then I'll send a line down into splitters that go down the middle here. So a splitter there. And then just all the way down the line. Hopefully I explained this well if you guys are trying to follow along. If I don't, then I apologize and please don't hate me. There's a Mark IV conveyor belt going all the way down the line here. This is going to be 400 and whatever, 75. But you can have Mark I conveyor belts between the machines. Get a nice little backup going. Because then, I mean, not only do these machines only take, they only take in whatever it is. They only take in 30 per minute. But these belts can also only split out at 60 per minute. So it helps back things up a little faster when you can use slower belts. Beautiful. It's going to be a very satisfying looking factory. Everything's going to be really nicely cut together. This factory is actually going to really remind me of Factorio. So this is where I'm going to kind of split things up a little bit just so it's a little bit easier and I don't have to worry about, because especially if I want to have things going into storage, I can't really manifold this whole system. I can manifold the line for these machines, but not for the storage. So for the storage, I'm going to break off, I want 60 per minute, which is nice and easy. I can just break off 3. So let's take off these 3 right here, especially since these 4 are also probably just going to be sending downstairs. Let's just have like a spot here where things are get sent down. So we're going to go mergers in front. Let me get a little closer so you can see better. We're going to send everything from these 3. Except for this one I'm going to send forwards. Yep. And then same thing for this. I'm going to send everything to the left till I get to here, where I'm going to send it forward. And since these are both making a Mark 1 or 60 per minute total for my storage, these will just be 2 full Mark 1 belts. So those go to storage and those are done. Now I need to send 45 to this line here and then 210 to that line over there. So I think what I do for, I think what I'll do for this then is I will combine them all together here, like here on the end, and then I'll have like a splitter and split some of it will go that way and some of it will go this way. And it'll require this getting backed up first, but I mean, it's only, this one side's only taking 45. I feel like that should back up pretty quickly. Actually, I changed my mind, and you can feel free to do this differently than me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the output from this one going that way. I'm going to merge these 3 together. I'm going to merge these 3 together. I'm going to set each of them to do 15. And that'll be my perfectly balanced line going to those assemblers there. Oh, why can't I build? Uh-oh. I might have to restart my game. My hotbar is not working. But either way, so this is a Mark 1 conveyor belt going down to these machines over there. And then we'll just combine the rest of them together off the front here. So make sure we're sending it that way. We're going to grab this one and this one. We'll grab these ones as well. This is going to make my line of 210 steel ingots. Just kidding, 210 line of steel pipes. Yeah, my hotbar is officially not working, so I'm just kind of throwing these things in wherever I can. Like, I'm using my grab from the, like what you're using here. So I was able to do Mark 1 conveyor belts coming out of these, because obviously it's only doing it 20 per minute from everybody. And actually, I only need 210, so that's 210 divided by 10. So that's 21 each, right? So everyone is going to do 21. Oh, so I actually have to overclock everybody. That's fine. I mean, I guess I could do it where it like splits from here, but all right, there we go. Now I made it so no one's gonna have to be overclocked at all. It'll all be underclocked actually. Well, not everyone, but so this is how it's gonna work. I actually turned this one into a splitter. So this one is now 100%. It's gonna go into a splitter. So each line of this should be 10 per minute, which means I need 35 coming out of these two. So these two are now 17.5 per minute, and that'll give me a total of 45 going down this way. And then the rest of it will go over here. The other 10 combined with this, there'll be 30 into 50. And that'll combine with the other side to be the line of 210. Perfect. Okay, I think that is everybody all hooked up now. We got that line all going in together. So that is the 210 pipes going to these assemblers. That is the concrete going to these assemblers. So then I just need the pipes that are going to go down along here. And oh, I haven't done the copper yet either. But we're almost done. Oh, this build came together real fast. So which one did I line up with here? Was it this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to send it all forwards from here. I need to go grab some iron plates. Okay, grab some more stuff and be right back. All right, we're ready to throw in some splitters. So we'll grab our splitters from here. My hotbar's still not working. We're going to put our first one right there with the input coming from down below here. And then this one will be for the pipes. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. This one will be for copper. Copper. That one got too close. So those are the copper. I'm gonna make sure I'm turning these other ones. So those can all be Mark 1 conveyor belts, because like I said before, we're not really moving all that much copper. Same thing for here. It's only 45 pipes. Everyone gets to be Mark 1. Which means we'll also grab some Mark 1 conveyor lifts. I need to snap onto here. And now that can connect across to here. Beautiful. We'll grab some other lifts. So I had them just a little too close, but that's okay. Here we go. Those are all fed now. They'll get steel pipes and their copper wire. Sorry, I was wrong. And you guys probably noticed it. It's actually 120 wire that we're moving here. So I have to go grab reinforced iron plates. And those are all like this manifold line. This belt, and this belt all have to be Mark 2. Alright, so now really just to finish this build off, aside from I'll have to send some stuff downstairs and bring some stuff upstairs, we are now ready to hook up our lines for the encased industrial beam, bringing our steel overhaul to an end. So this is the concrete here, this is the steel pipes here. The steel pipes don't actually line up with anything. Actually, I don't think anyone really lines up with anything, so we're going to go and put this in. Is my hotbar working yet? It is. Hey, it's back. Okay, so first one we'll do these bottom, since this lines up right here. We'll just do the concrete on the bottom here. You can do a Mark 1 conveyor belt feeding your assemblers, but you'll need to do... How many is it? It's 150, so you need to do a Mark 3 conveyor belt line, which I should have known because it's literally right here already, just ready to be pulled out. There we go. Oh, I should have put the other splitters in first because we still got to put in the splitters for these. Okay, splitter. Where are you going to come from? Let's turn it. We'll have it come in from here. So the input will be there. And then these ones we're going to turn back to come from that way. Okay, there we go. Now we got some splitters in. Now we just need to... Oh, the game crashed. Nice. There we go. Back from the crash, and I put it back together. So we got our line of iron, our steel ingots come across, or steel pipes, sorry. They come across here. They go up onto the upper line here, where they feed into the assemblers along with the concrete that comes from down here. And then now I just need to merge this all together, send it downstairs, and then we'll have to hook up. We'll have to bring over the actual like raw materials. So I still gotta bring that. Well, the iron and the coal is ready to go, but I gotta bring that concrete over still. All right, that is the steel overhaul, all completed. So that's going to be all our encased industrial beams that go down there. That's going to be our stators. They go down there. That's going to be our pipes. They go down there. That's going to be our beams. They go down there. That's it. Now we just got to hook all the original lines up, including we got to bring the copper ore from over there to over here, which is easy. Just run along down there. And then these two lines need to be hooked up to their respective ones. The iron goes into this line right here. We'll just kind of probably bring it up along the ceiling. And then the coal gets fed into this hole right here. And the concrete will have to be brought over and fed into this one. And that'll be, and then we can worry about bringing stuff down into storage. I'll probably just, yeah, I'll throw things just into storage bins for now, and then we'll worry about setting up a truck station later on. Alright, daytime's coming up. Just use the nighttime to run all my lines over. So I brought over my line of limestone. I brought the line of brought the line of concrete. Brought the line of coal and iron up. So everyone's all connected into their respective machines now. And then I also put up the my power frame. So now I'm just gonna go run around and hook everybody up to power, and then we can finally power the factory on. Alright, I think we're ready to hook up some power. What did I do? I think I did like a main line here. Yeah, right here. So we got everything all backed up, ready to go. We got our limestone coming in, our coal, our iron, and our copper over there. And then I just hooked up a quick little storage area for everybody. The little overflow manifold system. This is all just the storage part is going to be temporary until I get it figured out better. But for now, we can actually turn the whole factory on. I can just, it's going to clip the power through the floor for now, but that's okay. I should start feeding into everybody. This is going to take quite a while to get everything backed up properly, but I'm seeing progress. Just need to see some steel come out of here. Might take a minute because we're feeding the coal and the iron in from opposite sides. There we go. We see some steel coming out. Mostly the steel is going into the beams already. We got copper coming out. That's going to go on over here. Oh, these actually haven't been... Wait, what happened to these? Well, these were set, but they're not anymore. There we go. Sorry, I just missed a... Had missed a power connection. Now everyone's on. So we got concrete rolling down the line. That's starting. It's going to be a while before the rest of it comes, but concrete's starting to fill up the line. I see pipes starting to move. Excellent. Pipes are going downstairs. Pipes are going over here. Copper wires coming over here. Perfect. Everything was working. So we can go ahead and take that off our to-do list then. The steel overhaul is completed. Alright, so it'll be a while before everybody gets backed up and this is all running in proper efficiency. So while we wait for that, let's go ahead and head on out on our hard drive adventure. And then when we come back, we can take a quick little look into this factory and then we'll unlock the geothermal power and programmable splitters. And then that'll wrap up the episode for today. So make sure everything's actually powered on. I don't want to see any yellow's fine. Red is not. I don't see any reds though, so I think we're good. All right, let's go on a little adventure. Hard drive adventure. What did we end up with? We ended up with 8 hard drives in total. Then we got a little handful of power slugs as well. Got some kills on a few things. So let's just go ahead and unload the power slugs in the alien parts. And then we will get into unlocking geothermal power and our programmable splitters. So let's go check what we need for those real quick. Let's go to the ma'am. And the ma'am will tell us what we need. What do we need, ma'am? I need supercomputers and heavy modular frames. Supercomputers, heavily modular frames, and some rubber. Do I have any extra rubber kicking around? I know I got rubber kicking around somewhere, so let me grab the supercomputers and the heavy modular frames and the rubber, as well as drop these things off, and then I'll meet you guys back at the MAM again. Alright, back here at the MAM to round out the episode. Here we are. I'm not going to worry about the hard drive just yet. Let's take care of everything else first. Let's grab our programmable splitters. 50 supercomputers and 50 heavy modular frames. Easy. Here we go. Those should be cool. Those should be helpful for our future giant storage that we're going to be making. Now, geothermal generators. This would be cool. But I don't know. We have I'm going to use these for probably not a whole lot of power because I've heard it kind of goes up and down, but I want to play with it a little bit at least. And then finish it off. We are going to throw a hard drive in. Why not? So let's see. We got the geothermal power unlocked. We got the programmable splitters unlocked. Let's take a look at them real quick. Okay, I'm actually over near my fuel power plant because in order to put down geothermal power, you have to find a geyser. So this is the one geyser I'm going to go with, and then we're also going to check out the programmable. Oh, look, so we got some friends here. Let me clear out the friends real fast. All right, friends are gone. I totally survived, and I put down the what do you call them? The geothermal power. Looks pretty cool actually. I like the. Yeah, so I see it. The amount of power it actually makes goes up and down. So it's like it would create like a very fluctuating power. So here I'll show you. I'll connect a power line and a battery to it. So yeah, this is what people always warn me about, is that this is what the geothermal power looks like, is that it's a kind of an up and down situation. Probably a good way of balancing it, but I think honestly what I would end up using these for is probably just to charge up a bunch of like giant battery bank just as a backup. And you can always have it on hand. That's cool though. I got my programmable splitter over here on the ground. Just wanted to check that out too before we go. Okay, so this you can add like a list of items. Okay, that's way better. So much better. So much more expensive. Oh, they look really cool too. Okay, well, to end off the episode, let's just take a quick swing through our overhauled steel production and make sure everything's balanced out there and make sure I actually did all my maths correctly. I did, I'm sure as you guys probably noticed, I accidentally used the just basic encased industrial beam recipe as I was building it. I did switch that over already to the encased pipes. Yeah, let's go check it out and see, make sure everything's working okay. All right, back over at the steel factory, and shockingly enough, everything seems to be running just fine. The only thing I remember I had to correct was the belts taking the copper wire over along here. I had as Mark 1. They're actually supposed they're Mark 4 right now for some reason. They're supposed to be Mark 2s. And then, yeah, because it moves 120 wire, and I had it set up for 60 for some reason. So yeah, just as a reminder, I did have these set incorrectly before. They were just the regular encased beam recipe, and they were clocked incorrectly. So now you want each of the 8 assemblers here to be clocked to 3.75 per minute, or 93.75%. And that'll give you all the 30 encased industrial beams we're looking for per minute. So now you can kind of come downstairs. Take a look at all the little storages I just threw in here. Everything's coming down. This is all just a temporary layout until I get a truck station to take it all over to storage. And then just my quick little, you know, in case things get full while I'm busy, they'll run off here into the sink. We got our 30 encased industrial beams. We got our 15 stators. And then we got the full lines, 60 each. Steel beams and steel pipes. Beautiful. And that's going to bring it to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys again so much for being here with me. If you're still sticking around and you're not subscribed, please do so. You know, to help support the channel, consider checking out the Patreon, links down below. Links to our other social media, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that fun stuff. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next episode.